Hello all, this is Jenna Crow with another haul video for the week of March 30th, 2023. This week we got our March shipment from Discount Comic Book Service, so we got a lot of comic books to cover, so I'm just going to start going right through them. Starting with DC Comics, we have Action Comics number 1052. Then we have Batman number 133. We have Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo, issue number 5. Only 2 more issues to go. Next up, we have Batman Incorporated, number 6, starring the Ghostmaker. Next up, we have Batman, The Adventures Continue, Season 3, number 3. And wrapping up this miniseries, we have Batman vs. Robin, number 5. It is the Lazarus Planet epilogue. Then we have Catwoman, number 53. We have Detective Comics, number 1069. That is a really cool cover, as a lot of the Detective Comics covers have been the past year. Next up, we have Justice Society of America, number 3. And we have Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, number 1. So focusing on Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman. And we have the final issue of Monkey Prince with Monkey Prince, number 12. Next up, we have Nightwing, number 102. And we have Poison Ivy, number 10. The penultimate issue of this miniseries, we have Punchline, the Gotham game, number 5. And we have Superman, number 2. Next up, we have WildC.A.T.s, number 5. So the WildC.A.T.s take on Superman in this issue. And wrapping up the DC books, we have Wonder Woman, number 797. Okay, now we're going to move on to Marvel. Excuse me as I grab that stack here. Okay. We're going to kick it off with The Amazing Spider-Man, number 21. Legacy number 915. And we have The Amazing Spider-Man, number 22. With legacy number 916. Wrapping up this miniseries, we have Gold Goblin, number 5. Then starting off another Spider-Man spin-off miniseries, we have Hallows Eve, number 1. And I quite like her superpower. She basically could change forms by putting on different Halloween masks. It's actually kind of cool. Then we have Mary Jane and Black Cat, number 4. So we're almost done with this miniseries. And we have Moon Knight, number 21. Oh, the color contrast in this one's really doing it for me. We have Red Goblin, number 2. We have Rogue and Gambit, number 1, brand new miniseries starring 2 of my favorite X-Men. We have Scarlet Witch, number 3. Looks like Abigail Brand is on the cover as well. Another new miniseries, we have Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones, number 1. And despite the Shadow Clones, there are no orange jumpsuit wearing ninjas in this comic. And we have Spider-Man, number 6, legacy number 162. Wrapping up my Marvel books for the month, we have X-23 Deadly Regenesis, number 1. Brand new series starring Laura Kinney. Alright, now we're going to move on to the smaller press companies. We'll do Image Comics. The only Image comic I got this week is Nocterra, number 12. Really cool cover, by the way. From Boom Studios, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, issue number 4. From Dynamite, we have Unbreakable Red Sonja, number 5. From Titan Comics, I have 3 different covers for this particular book. It is Kamen Rider 01, issue number 3. This is the A cover, as he's doing a rider kick. He jumps into the sky and does a rider kick. We have cover B, this time with Kamen Rider Vulcan and Kamen Rider Valkyrie on the cover with him. And we have cover C, which is the photo cover. Then, from Zenescope, we have Grim Fairy Tales, issue number 70, with 22 pages of content. And we have this massive mouthful of a title. Okay, it is Grim Fairy Tales, Myths and Legends Quarterly, The Black Knight, Fate of Legends, with 72 pages of content. And that is, you need 72 pages just to cover that long title. And we have Gretel, Seeds of Despair, with 32 pages of content. We have the conclusion to this miniseries, Oz, Return of the Wicked Witch, number 3, with 36 pages of content. Another miniseries wrapping up this week, we have Phoenix Files, number 2, with 32 pages of content. And wrapping up the comic books, and Zenescope specifically, we have Van Helsing Annual, Sins of the Father, with 64 pages of content. Alright, one last thing that's comic book related. We got the previews catalog. This is what I use to order my comic books through my local comic book store, Comic Relief. You can see here we're soliciting that Conan the Barbarian. Marvel has let the license lapse, and now Titan Comics picked up the license for Conan. So still, you probably would have preferred Dynamite picking it up so we could finally have Conan and Red Sonja under the same roof again, but oh well. They'll just have to make vague references to each other without saying each other's names forever. And on the flip side, we have a new series from Robert Kirkman. Sounds pretty good. It's the Void Rivals. It's like, I mean, Robert Kirkman, he's one of my favorite writers, because the way how he writes his characters, he doesn't try to be overly clever, but he is, in that the big trick to how he writes all of his characters is that they act, they all have a brain, they all act like you would expect people to act, good or bad. Like, his characters are intelligent, not in that pseudo super genius way, but in that characters have common sense, or they actually rationalize things and figure things out. And it's like, I love that about his writing style. Whether he was writing Marvel back in the 2000s, or The Walking Dead, or Invincible, or The Astounding Wolfman, that one's really good too. But this one is he's doing a sci-fi space opera, you know, a la Star Wars or Saga. So I'm really looking forward to checking that one out. And there's lots of stuff in there. There's also Marvel. This one's part of the previews, but this is Marvel gets their own little smaller pamphlet because they want to be special. And then there's also the one for DC Books. So as you can see, in June, which is what these previews are for with comics shipping in June, both The Flash and Wonder Woman will be hitting milestone issues with issue number 800. So that's pretty cool. Alright, now we're going to move on to Blu-rays. First up, I got this on sale from Amazon. It is Gridman, the Hyper Agent, of the complete series. And this did get adapted in the US back in the 90s. It is Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. It was one of the, back in the early 90s, you know, when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers exploded in 93, the following year, 94, like we had all these Tokusatsu adaptions on US television because everyone was trying to cash in. I mean, Saban themselves, they went and did VR Troopers, but this one was adapting a Tokusatsu series from Tsuburaya instead of Toei, and this was Gridman, or as he was known here, Servo. But Gridman's a bit popular, not as popular as Ultraman, of course, but this was the only live-action series he got, but he's been getting several anime sequels or reboots. What was it? Gridman SSS, I believe is what it's called. But anyway, here's the case art, the back art. Let's open the case. Okay, comes with a little pamphlet. I always appreciate when we get those. Let's take a look at the disc here. I also always appreciate it when they go the extra step to give each disc individual artwork. So, Mills Creek, I appreciate that, at least for the presentation. So, nice. Let's take a look at the pamphlet here. So it's got episode description. So it's just like the pamphlets that come with the Ultraman sets, which Mills Creek also has been bringing over in the past few years. With Con Digifier, which I believe his American name was Digicon, so not too drastic of a translation. Okay, but glad to have this in there. I've been trying to collect every bit of Tokusatsu that's been released on Blu-ray in North America, and I've got pretty much all of the Ultraman now. So Gridman, I had to get him too. But I did get one more Ultraman release, or Ultraman. It is the Ultraman Zero collection. So this includes both movies that star Ultraman Zero, who is the son of Ultra 7, plus two straight-to-video miniseries that came out. I believe that would be Ultraman Zero versus Darkclop Zero, which is like a robot clone of Ultraman Zero. There's the movie Ultraman Zero: The Revenge of Belial, and with the three other characters that are not Ultramen, but the only one whose name I can remember. Oh, I think I can't remember his name. I know that is Genebot or Johnbot, and then that is Glenfire. Then we have, this also includes a mini-series, Ultraman Zero, Killer the Beatstar. And then we have another movie, Ultraman Saga, which, there's the back of the slipcover with descriptions of the two movies and the two mini-series. Take off the slipcover. Here's the case artwork, which I appreciate that Mills Creek, they actually go and give the cases themselves different artwork than the slipcovers. I always like it when companies do that. And then we'll open her up. And I think it is, yep, 3 discs. So the two mini-series are on the one disc, and then the two movies have their own discs. Probably because I know the movies were also released separately. So, but that's cool. And I think with that, I have all the Ultraman that's been on Blu-ray. There's a few more Ultraman series that currently Mills Creek has released, but it's DVD only, like mostly like the 90s Ultraman series, like Tiga and Dyna and Gaia, and a few others. But as far as all the ones they've done on Blu-ray, I've got them all now. I got a few movies. This one from Kino Lorber, or specifically, I believe this is like their partner label, Raro. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, but they focus mainly on Italian films, but this is being distributed by Kino Lorber. But this is The Belle Star Story, starring Elsa Martinelli. This is a spaghetti western from 1968. It's notable because it's one of the few westerns, especially a spaghetti western, where your hero is a woman, and it was directed by a woman, which is, I believe it is credited as being the only spaghetti western ever directed by a woman, but there we go. It's really cool. I've watched it for free by other means a few years back, but I wanted to get a legitimate copy. And let's flip her open. Pretty basic in there, but there's the disc itself. But pretty cool spaghetti western there. It's in Italian with English subtitles. No problem with that. And I got this one for $4. This is Bridge of Spies. It's a Steven Spielberg movie starring Tom Hanks. I can't believe I blanked on his name, and it's right there too. But Bridge of Spies, not one of the more popular Spielberg movies, hence why I was able to get it for $4. But it's got the DVD, Plain Jane, and the Blu-ray. Now for the main event, as far as the Blu-rays go, I got a 1-2 punch here. First, we have the third ever Oscar winner for Best Picture from the 1930 film All Quiet on the Western Front. This is based off of a novel, and if you know me, a lot of people would be surprised to find out that my favorite genre of film is not superhero movies or even horror movies. My favorite genre is actually war movies. I can watch war movies all day long. And this is a World War I movie, so even better. Here is the disc from Universal. This is the original film adaptation of the novel. There was another one. This one's an American one, and then there was another one in 1978. I recall, if I believe. It might be 1979, late 70s in any event. That one was the British remake, and then just last year we got the German remake, which won quite a few awards at this year's Academy Awards. It was pretty much, other than Everything Everywhere All at Once, this was the other big winner, and it is the 2022 German version of All Quiet on the Western Front. It is a 4K release, but it has the Blu-ray in there. Going to take off the slip back. And it is a digibook, which is cool. Makes me easier to forgive it for the case being DVD case size instead of Blu-ray size. But, I mean, I love digibooks. Don't get them very often, but here is the disc here. Spin her around. Alright. And yeah, like it's a digibook, so it has the book right in the case, so it's not detachable, which I'm sure that could be a little bit annoying. But really nice print, by the way. The feel of the paper feels really nice. I mean, I'm a big comic book reader and book reader, so yeah, no surprise that I'm really into the texture of paper. Part of the experience is one of the reasons why I prefer reading real books over reading online. But there's the back. I'm looking forward to watching both of these films. The American one also, oh yeah, here, back of the inside slip back has this picture here. That's nice. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, this also continues a sub collection in my movie collection, as I'm trying to collect all now 95 Best Picture winners for the Academy Awards. I've still got a ways to go. I'm about 25% there. Mostly 50s, 40s, and 50s I need to get caught up on. But this one, not Best Picture, but Best International Picture this year. So I already have the Best Picture from this year, that being Everything Everywhere All at Once. But I'm looking forward to watching both this version and this version, and seeing the differences between the two. I know this one is going to be very interesting. Well, one, because they're made almost 100 years apart, But, you know, this one being the early Hollywood version and this one being a German, there's going to be definitely a different tone to them anyway. Even if you took out, even if they were made the same year, just the fact that they were made from two countries that were on definitely different sides of this particular war. And then I would also like to get the British one, but currently that one is not available on Blu-ray or 4K. It is only available on DVD. But I'll give it another couple years and see if the British one will make it. I'm sure with renewed interest in this one, this was like the big release of the week, not just for me, but for movie enthusiasts in general. This was the big physical media release of the week. I'm sure there is one of the boutique labels is going to put the British one out on Blu-ray within the next couple of years. Which one it would be? Maybe Kino. Yeah, Kino is probably most likely, in my opinion. Though I could see Arrow Video doing that. It's not too far out of their wheelhouse. I wouldn't expect like Vinegar Syndrome or Severin to do something like this, but yeah, probably Kino most likely. Maybe Criterion, but oh well. Anyway, I digress. That is the haul for this week, guys. I thank you for watching this video to the end. I really do appreciate it. And as always, you can, if you like what you saw, feel free to like it down there somewhere and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm more than happy to get more subscribers and comments. I love getting comments. I don't get very many of them, so when I do get some, I'm more likely to actually respond because I don't get that many. But anyway, enough begging for attention. There's another video right there. There's another video right there. And you can subscribe right there. And the aforementioned subscribing. Anyway, later and bye.